McLaurin. Well, first things first, guys. What up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb here from Off the Bench. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Hit me up in the comment section because Terry McLaurin has just requested a trade from the Washington Commanders. Let's talk about it real quick. Number one, he obviously we've known as far as he's wanted a bump in pay. He wanted a new contract before the year is over, before the year starts. He's going to the last year of his contract. Number two, he's getting into a point to where it's they've been going, but he was originally not showing up to practice, and then he was getting the fines, and then he goes ahead and says, "Bump it! I'm not taking any more fines because it was $50,000 a day." Then you get to a point to where it's like, hey, he shows up, and every single day he's not practiced. He's a hold in. Then we get to a point to where today, and before that, his agent Buddy Baker has been sitting with him after practice on the field. I guess talking about whatever. Let me just go out here and point out here and say this from the very beginning. We don't know exactly what Terry is looking for. People can come out there and say that they're assuming that reports are going out. I'm hearing from my sources. Let me tell you right now, there is no sources because you're not there every day. And let's keep it a buck. Adam Peters does not talk about contracts. He does not talk about anything that he picks up. He is very quiet with it. If you don't believe me, look up the Laramie Tunsil deal. If you don't believe me, look at the what's the name? Von Miller deal. Look at the Debo Samuels deal. He does not talk about what he's going to do. He does not put his business out there in the streets for everybody to hear. He moves silence. So let's go ahead and just point that out first. So anybody who's coming out there saying like, "Oh yeah, sources is telling me this," he's da 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 da. If it is sources, it's from the what's the name? Terry's agent, Buddy Baker. Now, my thoughts on Buddy Baker. I think he's in over his head. I think it's the point that where Terry is his big fish. He's his golden goose. It's getting to a point to where it's just like, I mean, what exactly are we getting? Are we getting from him? I mean, he's using Terry to go ahead and become his big fish. So this way he can go ahead and get more clients and stuff like that. Because Terry is making what, 20 something million a year, 23 million a year. He's his highest client. Everybody else is like under 15 million, if I'm not mistaken. He dealt with Jeremy Chin. It's a lot going on right now. I'm I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of this. When it comes down to it, what exactly is he looking for? I have questions about that. I want to know exactly what it is that Terry is looking for because Terry has not said, nor has the commander said exactly what he's looking for. We just know that he's asking for probably about more than what. No, it's not probably. He's asking more than what DK Metcalf is getting. DK Metcalf is getting $33 million. Let's just keep it a buck. Terry is not in that point of his career where he's going to make more than DK Metcalf simply because of his age. It's kind of fucked up. I mean, dude, you can't. Yes, we understand you have not been injured the whole entire time over the last 5 years. Your rookie season was the only time that you've been really hurt, and that was only for 1 or 2 games. You've been consistent, but I mean, you put up 1,000 yards every single year. We know that he has talent, and Jayden Daniels was the key to unlock how good he could really be. And even on honesty, it wasn't until the tail end of the year to where Terry really just opened up the whole entire box on him being that really good. When you look when I'm speaking about on that, what's up, Darren? Appreciate it, man. I'm looking at it from the standpoint of this. Terry had a really good season last year. He was second team All Pro. He had 13 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards, 80 something catches. But also you look at the situation that's going on in Denver. You have what's my man's name over there in Denver? He just got signed the other day. He's the same. He's a month younger than Terry, and he had basically the same stats. I think the only difference in stats that they had was Terry had 5 more touchdowns. And even looking at it as far as this is concerned, they're the same age. They're the same age. They put out the same stats, and he signed for $92 million over 4 years. That's not really leverage for Terry because, hey, I got a guy who's the same age as you, and going ahead and saying, hey, I want to get paid more than that. No. And then on top of that, we find out later on that his contract is only $40 million a year. I'm sorry, $40 million guaranteed. So it's not the same. We understand you're not going to get me on here to say that he's better than Terry. We all know that Terry's that dude. We know what he brings to the table. We know what he does on the field, off the field. I think he deserves $30 million. That's what my take is. When you go to $34 million, because they're saying that he wants way more than DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is at 33. You're asking for way more, so that's telling me you want $35 million. You got to look at it from the standpoint of this. You can't come over there and ask for that money because you're not better than CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is younger than you, and at this point in his career, he is better than you. And the very next person after that is just Justin Jefferson. And Justin Jefferson is 1A, 1B next to Jamar Chase when it comes to receivers in this league. And for those who don't know, Jamar Chase, top receiver in the league when it comes to getting paid, he getting paid $40 million a year. That's not happening. So let's keep it a buck. It's not going to happen today, guys. It's not. It's not going to happen anymore. The unfortunate situation with Terry is that the day he was born. That's the unfortunate situation because he actually is a really talented receiver. I think that he deserves to be paid here. I think that as far as him getting paid now, he is well deserved in the $30 million range. Give it to. I'll even go as far as 31 because that one extra $1 million that Terry. I understand what you brought to the table, but we also have to look here and look at it from the standpoint of this. Terry McLaurin is going to be. This contract does not hit this year. It hits next year. It hits next year. It goes into the effect when he turns 31 years old because he turns 30 in September. So we're going to be like 4 or 5 weeks in, and then he hits his birthday. So by the time he is 31, that's when the contract officially starts. So you're looking for a 3-year. So we're talking about by 33, 34, you're going to be at you asking for 30-something million dollars, and we don't know. I'm looking at it from all the perspectives of this whole entire thing. I'm going to step back and look at this and not be emotional about it. Hey, I do think emotional side. I don't even go as far as this. Emotional side, I think Terry deserves the money. He's great for the community. He's great. He's the face of your franchise. He's been productive. He's got over the last 5 years. He's had 1,000 yards. He's also been not injury. And then when you look at it from the standpoint when he was playing in Ohio State, he got drafted at 24. He didn't even play the first 2 years. So the tread is still on the tires with there. That's the positive emotional part that I have with him. But I'm looking at it also from the business standpoint. People who out there are getting paid $23 million a year over the next standpoint with your age. You look at Mike Evans, if I'm not mistaken, he's getting paid $24 million a year. And he's a Hall of Famer. He's 31. So he's not going to get that big payday because he's almost out the door. 11 straight years, 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons. I don't even think it's been, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it's been done before. So we have to go ahead and just look at it from this standpoint. It's not personal. It's business. Just like Nino Brown said, it's business, never personal. We have to look at it from the standpoint of this. You still got to sign Laramie Tunsil, who you just traded for. We don't know what Deebo Samuel's going to do this year. He's only on a 1-year deal, so we're going to have to worry about paying him next year. We're going to have to worry about when Frankie Louvu's contract is up in 2 years. We're going to have to worry about Jaden Daniels, the big fish, in 3 years. We got to allocate all this money because JD, the big fish, is going to be making over $700 million. Just think about that for a second. You have to step back and look at it from not being personal. Because let's be real. He deserves his money. But we also got to look at this from the standpoint of like, hey, this is a business that I got to maintain. I got to make sure all this money is here so we can keep this talent here. But I'm also looking at it like this, Terry. If you're asking for this trade, and I'm going to get to something else about the trade and everything. If you're asking for this trade, you got to look at it from the standpoint of this. You're going to be asking for a shitload of money. And the people who have the shitload of money don't have the talent that you are in this situation. You got the best situation for you right this second. So it's either going to be like, hey, I want to pick my money or I want to pick my legacy. If I want to pick my money, I'm going to get all the money in the world. But I ain't never going to be in a better situation like this. You waited your whole entire career getting to this point. You were one game away from the Super Bowl. One game. You're one game away from the Super Bowl. And now and I'm not knocking him for getting his bread. I want him to get his bread. If you feel like you're worth that much, then you need to go and find your way to get your money. You're never going to get me to hate on Terry McLaurin because he wants his money. That's not going to happen. Herb from off the bench is not going to go ahead and shit on him for getting his money. Get your bread, homie. But I'm also going to say this too. If you get that money, you try to find a trade with with Kansas City or whatever, they ain't going to give you $33 million. You ask for Buffalo, they're not going to give you $33 million. You ask for anybody else, you're not going to get $33 million or 34. I'm sorry. Now, if you get in New England, by all means, go ahead and get that money. But I'm promising you, you're not going to be in the same situation that you're in right now. You're not going to be in. You're not going to get this one game away from the Super Bowl type shit that you over in New England. They're years ahead. They got years before they become good. You can become a champion right now. We need you. You're the focal point. We looking at it from the standpoint of this. You got a situation going on with what's the name? If you take this less money, then hey, you'll be good. Make it. I think that they, in all honesty, like I said, I feel like the Commanders should give him $29 to $31 million. Fluctuate in between that. Terry deserves 31 if you're asking me, but I'm willing to fluctuate in between those three numbers. But also I'm looking at it from the standpoint of this. If you go ahead and take that, you go ahead and take this situation that's coming at you. I'm going to take lesser money to stay here. You got a chance to go ahead and play in the Super Bowl. This is what you've been fighting your whole entire life for to get to this point in your career. What up, awesomeness? Appreciate you coming on here. You have a chance to come up on here and win a championship with this team. And we know what you're capable of. We've seen what it's like when you actually have a quarterback. And then on top of that, you never had a good enough second receiver on your team like DK Metcalf. I'm sorry, Deebo Samuels. You've never had one that was that good. And in the time that you've been here in Washington, you have never had that anybody put a team together this significant. So just imagine if you have somebody like a D. And here's the thing. You stay with the money that you get. It's the long term. I'm looking at it in the words of Memphis Bleak. I want the long-term riches and bitches. I'm sorry, God, how that came off if you're offended by it, but that's just what it is. I want the long term because if you get the long term and you go ahead and you get the win, you get the lesser money, but it's gonna pay off in the long run. They're gonna go ahead and start when you're working with JD5. Everybody's gonna start watching you. Then you're going to get money from here. Then you're going to get money from here, all from endorsements. You're doing the Easter Motors thing. They're going to go ahead and give you more than that. They're going to all these endorsements of being here in Washington, which is a big market. Let's keep it a whole buck. This is a big market. You got all these people coming in, watching JD5, but they're gonna look at his number one receiver. Everybody's gonna want a piece of the, I need Terry McLaurin. He's a class act. I need him to come on. He knows he's a great player. Let's say you get onto the Super Bowl and you got millions upon millions upon millions of people watching. You get that ring. You go ahead and go through that. You go on that podium. They're gonna have you on there. Yeah, they're gonna have JD5 probably on there first, but you are gonna be the main reason why you're here. Why we're here. Just look at it now. Terry McLaurin had a great game in the Super Bowl. All the endorsement money is just gonna be flooding in. You're not going to be able to buy anything in the DMV area for the rest of your life. We already love you. Now, it's up to you, bro. If you want to go ahead and do this. Now, here's my thing before I go off here, because it actually is almost time for me to go to work because I got work to do. Starting off by this. I am not against Terry in any decision that he makes when it comes down to this. But I'm also just saying, as far as I think that this is a ploy. As for those of y'all who play spades, this is Terry throwing the big joker. So I think this is still a situation where Terry wants to stay here. He knows he wants to stay here. All of us who is actually paying attention, all of us knows he wants to stay here. But here's the situation that we're dealt with right now. You're going to have to go ahead and take this. If you want to win a championship, if that is the number one priority, I understand you want to get paid. What is the number one priority for you right now? Because I'm just, as a person, I'm not even going to go down that road because I was about to compare his check to my check. But let's keep it a buck real quick. Terry, if you stay here, you're going to get every single thing that you could ever ask for and then some. And you have a great chance of making the Super Bowl. But here's the thing. If you want all that money, you're not going to get on a great team. It's just not going to happen. But I'm going back to, what up, Jay? Big Herb got long. No, I ain't got no goddamn long money. I have no long money. My money's shorter than 10 Danny DeVito's. Okay, so no, I'm saying what I'm saying by that. What I was trying to say is this: you got $23 million. You're gonna be good for the rest of your life. No, I'm not gonna sit there and compare like no, because that different money bracket that he's in is way different than what I'm in. I'm in the Joe Thousandaire money bracket. He's in the millionaires. So, but I'm saying, as far as this, get what if you really feel like this is what you are owed, go after it. But I'm also saying this too. Just look at the situation that you're in. You got a situation of where you can actually win, or you can actually get paid off the field. If your legacy is more important than you getting paid, because you're already paid now, your legacy or your money. Just realize, because I'm gonna tell you something like this. And Jay, because my man JC, he's a 49er fan. You look at situations like Jerry Rice. They let him go. His legacy is never going to be tarnished. Number one, Jerry Rice is the greatest receiver ever. But they let him go because of contract, of business. Now, granted, he'll never have to buy anything in San Francisco ever again. But you want the money or the legacy? He wanted the money. Now, fortunately for him, he went to Oakland and got paid, and he went ahead and he went to a Super Bowl and got his ass kicked by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I digress. He chose the money. He already had the legacy. Terry doesn't have the legacy yet. He has a good legacy in the DMV, not throughout the whole entire the NFL. But let me get to this point, because I keep falling off with it. I think this is a ploy, because it's the big joker being thrown down to get what he wants. Now, Commanders, they've also said that they're not going to go ahead and feed into it. They're not going to go ahead and trade him and all that other stuff. Okay, cool. you got to figure out how to get this thing done, AP. At this point, it really wasn't that much of a distraction because at the end of the day, yeah, we knew that he was sitting out there with his agent, getting the money, talking about what we're gonna do and this, that, and the third. Now, because like ESPN has been here the whole entire week last week. Even as far as like every single day they've been here, looking and seeing what's happening. Oh, Terry's over here. Okay, cool. Now they're gonna go ahead. They smell blood in the water, and the sharks are coming out right now. They are coming, and they are going to be asking all these questions to every single player that they interview. Now it's going to be a distraction. We already know you need Terry to get to the Super Bowl. You need him. Stop playing around. Figure out what it is that you need to do and pay it. Now, I will also say this. I can step back and not be personal about this. Every single person, hold on one second. JC that says, this is what happens when teams get a little success. This is why, as much as I hate to give KC some credit, to keep the base of the team together. Yes, exactly. Because you need to have that base in there. If you have that base in there, you have to allocate all that money to what's the name, Patrick Mahomes. They got rid of Tyreek Hill. That motherfucker sitting there miserable in Miami, and still getting championships, still going to championships. Now, it's legacy over money. That's what it is. But getting back to the point, as far as when it comes down to AP is concerned, we asked for this. We asked for a person to go ahead and be an adult and get in and do right by the franchise. He's doing right by the franchise. He's doing the work that nobody wants to be that nobody wants to go ahead and do at this point. He's doing the things that we really don't want to have those conversations, but we have to have those conversations. Because let's be real, if Daniel Snyder was here, he'd have gave him $40 million. Terry is not worth $40 million. I love Terry, but he is not worth $40 million. He would have gave him a penny more than what Jamar Chase got. And then we would have went on and every single thing as far as trying to sign people and everything would have been crashed, burned by now. We have to be reasonable, but we have to sit there and look at this as adults. I know it's emotional because we are tied to some of these players, but we have to step back and look at this as a business. We have to. I promise you, better days are coming, but you have to look at this from the standpoint of having. You have to go ahead and be an adult about this in a situation where you're trying to put yourself in AP's situation. You ask for a competent owner, GM. He is a competent owner. You look at all the other people who got signed on. Now, this is what I said in the very beginning. You look at when he was there in San Fran. Bosa got signed in September. Trent Williams got signed in September. When he came here, what's his name? Sam Cosmi got signed in September. Don't be surprised if Terry gets signed in September. Do not be surprised because it's probably gonna happen. Terry's pissed off. He feels like he's neglected. He's not treating with respect. Terry, you got to look at it from your standpoint, legacy or money. We have to look at it from AP's perspective, from the fact of do I have enough to go ahead and allocate all this money for when JD5's contract is up? Because let's say if he actually gets to a point to where let's say he repeats what he did last year. Not even go to a Super Bowl. Repeat what you just did last year. He's getting paid $700 million. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you that it's going to happen right now. If you don't think that this is you got to think of the long term. I got to re-sign Laramie Tunsil. I got to re-sign Deebo Samuels, who I just traded for. I got to re-sign, what's his name, Frankie Louisville, if he has another All-Pro year. I got to keep on bringing these people in. So, people, I'm telling you from this standpoint, let AP cook. Yes, you're not liking it right now. I'm not liking it. I wanted to be dead. I don't want to have to talk about this anymore. We're 25 minutes in. I don't want to have to keep talking about Terry's contract anymore. I just want him to be signed and get this shit over with. But I also have to realize this from this standpoint. You have for Terry, you have legacy or money. Which one do you want to do? You can go ahead and get paid somewhere else. You're not getting the Super Bowl. You can go ahead and take lesser money, get your chance to get a Super Bowl, get a Super Bowl, win one, and then actually ride off into the sunset, and you'll be set for life. You'll have a job in the front office somewhere, like Doug Williams is doing right now, doing something. You'll have a job for life in DC. I'm telling you, you're going to have your names up in the rafters once we get this new stadium, and we'll get to that later on when we actually get all the information. You'll have your name up in the rafters like Santana does and everything, who's going to have his in the rafters. You'll have every single thing. Your legacy will be fulfilled staying in D.C., or you can go to Miami or Buffalo, wherever. I'm sorry, not Buffalo. You can go to New England and get paid, and we'll see you when you retire. Which one you want to do? Fans, looking at AP, cussing him out. We need to fire him and all that other shit. Look here. I need you to shut the fuck up real quick. And I just need you. Look here. Listen to me. Let AP cook. He's done this before. We have to get used to the fact that this is how businesses run. Whenever you have a tight flight receiver, any position that's declaring like, hey, they want to get money, they do this shit all the time. They go ahead and get, they ask for trades. If they don't get the money that they want, they do that. This is normal. Look at what happened with Myles Garrett earlier this year. This motherfucker wrote a thesis statement talking about how he was going to be gone from the Cleveland Browns. What happened? He got paid and became the highest defensive player of all time. The highest player that's not a quarterback of all time. And then what happened after that? Max Crosby got signed. And then what happened after that? TJ Watt got signed. You're going to get paid. This is what's going to happen. Whether he gets paid here or somewhere else, that's to be debated. But he's going to get paid. Now, what you want? You want legacy or you want riches? Me, if you're asking me, Terry, I want the long-term riches and bitches. That's what I want. I want the legacy because the money's going to be falling in. You look at, matter of fact, this is the perfect example before I roll out of here. All right. You look at Tom Brady, all those years, he was winning Super Bowls and Super Bowls and Super Bowls and Super Bowls and Super Bowls. What happened when it came to his money? He was not getting paid that much. Let's keep it a whole buck. He was not getting paid what he really deserved. He took lesser money to bring in more talent so he can get Super Bowls. This is what if this is truly what you want, legacy or money. And it looks right now he won his money. But I'm also saying this before I roll out. I think he needs to get a new agent because number one, Terry is his biggest client. He don't know how to deal with this type of shit. I think he's in over his head. I think that he don't know what he's doing. Because if you had somebody else like Drew Rosenhaus or anybody else that's a Super Bowl, they're going to tell Terry exactly what you're worth. I think this dude sold Terry on a bill of goods, and Terry is like, fuck it, I want my money. But guys, I got to get out of here because I really genuinely got to go to work. So please be sure to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for those who commented in the comment section. When this goes on playback, please go ahead and leave something in the comment section. Guys, we're currently at 141 subs. We are on the road to 500. So please be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe button. And as always, guys, as we roll out, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace.